All right, man. What's good, y'all? What's up, Tracy? I see you in the building early. What is good, Tracy? What is up? Um, Shout out to everybody. We in the building. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown. Simp God Nation. Simp God Nation. Where we are going to break down, videos that I think are interesting. Videos that I believe um they speak to the things that I care about as an African American father, as a husband. They speak to these different things, right? I haven't sent the video out because I've been actually incredibly busy today. So give me 1 second. Let me actually go do that now. And let me make sure everything is working. Let me see. There we go. What's up, Tracy? Tracy said, yeah, I watched it. Free Carmelo. Man. Man. It's the Carmelo situation. I'm gonna get there. I do want to cover the situation with Rick Chow first. Let me send the video out to friends and family because I'm a small content creator. I am still, a nobody in this game. So if y'all want to support the Simp God, share the video out to friends and family and support the channel by either hitting the like button, super chat, or hit the Cash App $ D Long 316. All right. That would genuinely help us out. But I want to talk about so much that I saw recently. What's up, Tracy? I see you. I'm gonna give Tracy a wrench. Let me share this video out to everybody else. Now, let me talk about this whole situation with Cyrus Carmack Belton, who was a young man, 14 years old, and I think it was during May 2023. And forgive me because I'm distracted. I'm just saying this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it was May 2023. It may have been 24, but I'm pretty sure it was 2023. A 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton was shot and killed outside of a Park Lane convenience store, right? So it was a Park Lane Road, which is it's an area in Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. It's an area in Columbia, South Carolina. And alleged, like what is being alleged is that Cyrus Carmack Belton went into a store in Columbia, South Carolina, a store that was owned by the time by a name of Rick Chow, who was a 61-year-old man. And Chow accused Mr. or young man Belton of stealing. He accused this young teenage boy of stealing. The dispute centered on 4 bottles of water, right? So allegedly, he's saying that this black boy stole 4 bottles of water. And to me, if like when I heard that, for one, this is a young man in the South. It's blazing fucking hot. Of course, he's gonna want to steal some fucking Of course, he's gonna want to steal like some water to make sure that he is preserved, right? Because maybe he don't have the money. Boom, he steal it. Does that mean that you get to shoot him? But I don't want to give all of my specific thoughts just yet. I do want to talk about why I believe racism played a role in these different trials, whether it's Carmelo Anthony or Cyrus Belton. Both young black men, both did not get no justice. And yet we sit online, and I'm saying we, black men and black women, and we sit online divided. We're in our homes divided. We're in our communities divided. We're in jail divided. We're out of jail divided. In school divided. and wonder why these boys ain't getting no justice. The OG's not really OGing. The jig is up. The jig is up is on on these OGs. They not who they say they are. Because if they were, they would not be online acting like MTR, spreading misinformation about sex tourism disguised as passport bro empowerment. But instead, they would be figuring out how we're going to protect every young black boy in America. How can we protect every young black boy in America from prosecution? How can we protect them from racism? How? How can we shield them in the ways that the Jewish community shield their children and their families, to the point where people don't even want to say the word Jewish on YouTube because they are afraid that they'll get canceled, channels taken, and all kinds of stuff. But they can say the N word. They can talk about black women in the most derogatory ways. They can talk about black men in the most derogatory ways. It's ridiculous, bro. When I say it's ridiculous, it's absolutely ridiculous. So the first thing I want to do is start off with Anton Daniels, who is what I'm calling the very first coon that we're going to be reacting to. The very first raccoon that we're going to be reacting to. All right, let me go ahead and get my headphones because I'm not streaming to fucking TikTok and everything else. Plus, I have other stuff I want to do. So, if you guys are listening, make sure that you guys hit the like button, tune in, and I appreciate every single last one of you guys for being here and rocking with the Simp God. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. Where's the video? Where is the fucking... Oh, here you go.
Shaun Kent, the man of the hour.
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly fine. You sound great. How you doing? How you doing today?
Let's always say, been better, been worse is what we always say. Could be better, could be worse. But we are getting on day by day, and we'll figure it out. Move on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have some questions myself and from the people.
So I have a thumbnail over the video because I can't afford, for these guys to get in their feelings when I break down their lies, and then these guys will try to flag the channel, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have time for that. So if you want to watch their video, I will make sure I tag the video inside the description. This is Anton talking to Shaun Kent. Shaun Kent is the man that represented Rick Chow in his case against 14-year-old Cyrus Belton. Let's get right into it.
Answer what I'm legally allowed to answer. How about that?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the thing about it is that first and foremost, let me set the precedent by saying that you can say whatever you want to say over here, how you want to say it, all that. We don't limit the way and how people are able to communicate over on this platform. So
I don't mind.
Yeah, I know you.
So basically, what he's saying is you can talk about black people however you need to. If you got to say he was a little thug, whatever, you can talk about that, because you got to understand, once these type of black men reach a certain type of success, meaning they can afford good suits, they can afford to go get them a white woman, then they decide that they can turn their backs also on the black community, right? So we have to, because they have a system of racism and Uncle Tommen, we have to create counter systems where every time they drop a video, right? Because I'm going to follow Shaun Kent and I'm going to get back on Anton as every time they drop a video, we have to drop a video countering all of the bullshit that they're saying. Let's go. Starting today.
Get a little candid. I don't want you to censor yourself.
I will watch my mouth is the best that I will tell you as much as I can.
So this whole Rick Chow case, let me start from the beginning and ask you, were you the first option, right? Because a lot of people are asking questions about Why would you represent Rick Chow, right? And then they're also speculating and saying that it was strategic and that he selected a black lawyer in order to gain sympathy in this case. How did that come about?
Well, first, it was 100% strategic because I'm.
All right, so right now they're about to break down how and why this man, Shaun Kent, decided to represent this Asian Chinese man or whatever who was, at the time being charged with the murder of a young black male. Instead of providing his expertise to the black family, right? He went directly and got the paycheck from the Asians who was paying him the money to represent this man who had shot a young Cyrus Belton. And this is the black leadership that we quote unquote have today. This is the black leadership that we have today. We have to deal with black men basically shucking and jiving. So let's hear the origin story of how he started to shuck and jive for Rick Chow.
The best damn trial lawyer in South Carolina. So that was the one
sympathy in this case. How did that come about?
Well, first, it was 100% strategic because I'm the best damn trial lawyer in South Carolina. So that was the strategy, is the first thing that I like to tell people. And if people have a problem with that, get over it. But background wise is probably not, Anton, what a lot of folks think. I was 100% not the first lawyer. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and you can check the record, I think the Chows went through 3, maybe 4 lawyers before they came upon me. And this is just my understanding, is they hired one set of lawyers first. And then from that conversation, they were asking who is the best trial lawyer in the state. And they were not specifically asking based upon race. I'll be very honest, they weren't. Now, let's use some common sense here. I'm not stupid. The lawyers were giving them the names of who they thought were good black attorneys and both. So let's not sit here and say, this is what lawyers do. They said, you need to try to hire Shaun Kent if you can. Then that set of lawyers got terminated. They hired another set of lawyers, and another set of lawyers told them the same thing, unrelated. If you can, hire Shaun Kent. And then when I got involved, I went and met with Mr. Chow, and candidly, whether people want to believe me or not, even though the lawyers knew my skin, Chow had no clue. He's just like, oh, you're black. I'm like, oh, you're Asian.
So you want us to believe that every single time that these group of attorneys that they were paying for a consultation, and when they told them about your name, it never popped up. It never came up once that you were black. And it never came up once that you were black once. Ever. Until y'all saw each other and you were like, hey, you're Asian. Hey, you're black. Is that what you want us to believe? And this is why, you know what I'm saying? This is why the black community got to really decide, who are we really supporting? Who are we really supporting these days? Are we? Because this is the kind of man that can come into society, and a lot of y'all will support him because he's an attorney, because he's successful, because he has a degree, because he has education. But look at how he's using it to get a black boy who was ran down by this fucking Asian man and his dad, to get them acquitted on all charges. I mean, you literally can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up.
Like, there was really
so
no.
He didn't even know that you were black when.
No, he just knew his family was trying to find him the best trial lawyer possible. Right. Because I think, and he's not stupid. He understands what's going on, but he's also not a lawyer. And I know when people are saying he was just looking for a black lawyer to make him look whatever, I think he just wanted a good lawyer to get his story out. Yeah. And so, Anton, when I talked to him, and this is the part I think people are missing, and I'm sorry if I talk too much, but
the floor is yours.
The part that a lot of folks are missing is when we had the initial conversation, and when I talked to every client at the beginning, I asked one simple question. In 30 seconds, tell me about your case. And in 30 seconds, he told the story that we ended up telling to the jury. In 30 seconds, he said the following. A young man pointed a gun at my son. I thought he was going to kill him, so I shot him. That's what he told.
But he didn't tell you how he ran out of the store chasing the young man. And this is what I'm saying. Shout out to white power, because white power was able to say, you know what? We know that that's not the full story. We know that he actually chased this kid the fuck down. But because you are tap dancing for Rick Chow, we're gonna go ahead and give you some credit. You about to win this case. You're gonna look like a star lawyer. As long as you do what the fuck we tell you. That's a fact.
Okay. That was his 30-second bird's eye view. So I made him do me like, after he did that, we looked at the discovery, we looked at the evidence. I wanted to see the 911 calls because I didn't agree to take the case initially because I like to see the case. So we looked at the 911 calls, which 100% supported what he said just then. I'm not saying you have to believe him or don't believe him. I'm saying based upon what he told me at the time, kid pointed a gun in my son's face. I thought he was going to kill him, so I shot him. So I asked him, we talked about what happened. I looked at the 911 calls. I looked at the bullet path and the entry of what was going on. The bullet, people keep saying back, and it is back, but it's also something called his flank. It's more of a flank shot than a back shot.
Now you're trying to convince us that he wasn't shot in the back, but he was shot in his flank. It wasn't, people keep saying it was a back shot, but really it was more of a flank. Bro, so you really gonna justify this nigga really, shooting a kid, bro, and walking this kid down? You know how goofy you sound right now, bro? He shot the kid in the back, bro. End of story. Everything else you saying is just gaslighting, bro. And shout out to the family, because I couldn't be so strong. I couldn't be so strong, so civil, to go back to the house and sit in the house and act like your kid not dead. I couldn't do that.
And then we talked to the medical examiner and made sure. And of course, medical examiner cannot tell you if this is 100% happened. It was more, did the medical examiner feel that the evidence could support what he told me had happened and what he told law enforcement had happened on his body cam? And her comment was, yes, it could. She's not saying it did. It could support his theory that man was in front of him, son was to the right, he was behind, and the firearm was pointed like this, pointed towards the sun, and it could support your trajectory. So based upon all of that, and this is, Anton, what I have to say to the world, they're like, how dare you take the case? If you are taking what Rick says is true, and people have to start with that premise. If Rick is telling me the truth, then he is saying that a guy was going to kill his son and he had to shoot him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but as a lawyer, if someone says that as true, then you don't turn that case down because he has a valid legal defense. And
the fact that you ran with that lie, this goes to show y'all that lawyers are just liars. Lawyers are liars. They're either gonna lie for you or they're gonna lie for the other team, but they are liars. Make no mistake about it. Only thing that happened was this kid pointed a gun at my son, so I shot him to defend my son. That's it. That's it. End of story. And it's raccoons like Anton and raccoons like Shaun Kent is the reason why black men would never be in power. Black men would never have the power that Jewish men have, or gay men or white men. They would never have, bro. We would never have that kind of power. Ever. Because niggas like Anton is cool with being like, even though he think he rich, he really not. He still got fucking crumbs. He's still accessible to anybody. You know what I'm saying? He right down the street from everybody else. The problem with people like Anton is he's so comfortable with cooning and selling out the black community that at this point, like, he don't understand that karma coming. So I'm gonna pray for Leslie. I'm gonna pray for Leslie because usually the karma, it might not even hit you. It might hit the people around you. And that shit grimy, bro. What you doing? I pray that no Asian man walk her down. Real talk.
Jury of 12 people agreed with our defense based upon what could have happened. So that's what ended up happening, Anton. That's why we ended up taking the case. He had a valid legal defense. I'm not saying you have to believe him. You don't have to believe him. But what he said to me, what he said on the 911 calls, what he said on the body cam, what the medical examiner, all focuses on that 30-second bird's eye view as to what happened.
Let me ask you another question. Why does cases take so long to get tried? Because if I'm not mistaken, it took 3 years and I know that it's different in different states. And a lot of what, timing is crazy right now because obviously we've seen what's happening with the Karmelo Anthony case. That took less than a year to try, even though a lot of people people are saying that, why did that only take a year, but this one took 3 years. What's the difference? Why does it take 3 years in order for Rick Chow's case to come to fruition?
Because they wanted the public to forget about it. They wanted the public to forget about who this young man was. They didn't give a fuck about Cyrus Belton's mother or his family and how this was going to impact them and how it was going to make them feel. All right. Now, Rick Chow shot Cyrus Carmack Belton in the back after chasing him from the store. Prosecutors said that Chow chased the teen more than 130 yards, which is about the size of a football field. For those who don't know, Cyrus Belton was a young black man, 14 years old at the time, and the Chows are first generation Asian immigrants, which set the racial backdrop for everything afterwards. You have these immigrants who just came to America, and then you have a black man, and white people don't give a fuck about either one of us. Hold on, I gotta stretch. Hold on. I'm an old fucking man now. Shit. All right. Let's get back to the video, man. I had to turn the AC on. It's hot as fuck in here.
I think that is an awful time frame. Anton, when you always use the phrase justice delayed is justice denied, it takes too long. And we have so many issues. One, we don't have a lot of judges. I mean, we do have a lot of judges, but the amount of judges can affect it. You only have so much court time and resources. And I know people keep getting tired of hearing it. COVID really threw a lot of things off. I mean, there are still cases in South Carolina being tried because of COVID. And sadly, in the criminal justice system, people are being arrested every day. And every single person who got arrested before Rick Chow deserves and gets their right in court beforehand. And for people who are beating on the prosecutors, they're doing everything in their power to ensure justice. So they can't just do a case fast, because sometimes if you do a case fast, you do it wrong. So they take their time. You have to get evidence processed. You have to talk to experts. You have to interview witnesses. You have to check the body camera. I mean, there's a lot of work.
So yeah, at the end of the day, man, in some cases this makes sense, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like once I see you start working with the white man and you start doing his bidding, I'm never gonna trust you. I'm never gonna trust you once I see you start doing the bidding of the white man. Once I start seeing you working with individuals who are trying to shoot black children and get away with it. So what? So you can preserve the life of Rick Chow's son? To me, that shit goofy as fuck, bro. I'm not cool with it. I'm never gonna stand by it. And it's crazy that black men are the ones that got this fucking man out of jail, bro. Black men have to really look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what kind of society are we leaving for our sons? Real talk, bro. This shit not even a joke. I'm not even in simp guy mode right now. I'm dead ass serious. Anyway, let's go.
But 3 years is entirely too long. I think any trial should take about a year. I can't tell you, Anton, specifically why this one took as long as it did, because as mentioned, I didn't get involved in the case until later than most of the other attorneys involved.
What, and I don't need you to be specific as it relates to Rick Chow, but this is a question that somebody asked me, and I thought that it would be great to ask you. What was something like this cost, right? In a ballpark, right? Because and I'll tell you, as some of my friends that used to be in the streets, and one of the things that they were always told is, hey, listen, make sure you have some defense money, some legal money to put up so that you can, just in case you get caught up in some stuff you're not supposed to be in, right? And again, I know that you can't
most black people don't have that kind of money, Anton. I'm confused on what the fuck you're talking about. I'm confused on what you're talking about. You know good and goddamn well that most black people don't have that kind of money. They're not putting up lawyer money. Most black people right now can't even pay their fucking bills in America. Let's just keep it 100. Most of the Americans, black or white, they don't have money for a fucking trial. Look at the Metcalf family. They barely had money for new shoes and a fucking basic Samsung tablet. They never had money for this trial. It had to be generated online. I think a lot of us who are doing somewhat well, sometimes we forget that the average person doesn't have $10, $15, $20,000 saved up. That's just the facts. And it's harder when you don't have somebody helping you, whether it's a husband, whether it's your trick. I don't give a damn what it is. Everybody needs somebody who care about them. And it don't have to be in these traditional roles, but you have to have somebody who care about you. That's a fact. Let's keep going.
Probably speak to exactly what this cost, this case. But what can you ballpark it a little bit? What does something like this cost to defend yourself?
I will not talk specifically about anyone's fee because that is personal to them and private. And of course, attorney-client privilege prohibits me from going through things.
Yep.
That being said, so let's give you a conversation I will have with a client. I will say the following. If you are charged with, Anton, a DUI, just a driving under the influence charge, and you walk into our office, your fee is going to be somewhere around, say, $7,500 to $10,000. Okay. But only in that situation, you're possibly losing the right to drive. You're not realistically going to go to jail, and it will be an inconvenience, but it's an inconvenience on you. If you're charged with murder, we're talking our time, energy, effort, things that will go into those types of situations and cases, and it's going to take a lot more energy and effort. And so I tell people, when you call into my office, and you're charged with murder, Anton, what you don't want to hear is, Shaun can't help you. He's working on a DUI. You'd be like, what the fuck you mean he's working on a DUI? I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in jail. And the problem is that DUI case is just as important to that person as your murder case is to you.
Right.
So the only way you can separate them is money. And so what you say,
he's literally telling y'all that he don't give a fuck about the DUI guy or the murder charge. Only thing that matters is money. The person who has the most to pay. So imagine if you have a murder charge, right? For example, you got a murder charge, but You don't have no money. The nigga with the DUI got more money than you. Then what? Then like what happens then? You feel me? What happens then? Do you end up going to jail for murder because the nigga with the DUI had more money? Why isn't the situation in the president, right? The presidents of the situation, why isn't that a thing? Why isn't it, oh yeah, you know what? This guy is up for murder, even though he don't have no money, we're still gonna take the case. Because deep down inside, these people don't give a fuck if you have money or not. They just, sorry, these people don't give a fuck if you go to jail or not. Only thing they care about is if you have money or not. It's really just that simple. So I tell my friends, I tell my sons specifically, you know what I'm saying, my little cousins, I tell my wife's sons, all the young men in my life, I say, listen, stay focused on the money because the money is one of the most important things in your life as a black man. Right? I understand why Anton is shucking and jiving because he's afraid. He don't want to fall into a situation. He don't want to fall into a situation where he can't afford to defend himself. He can't afford to defend his family. And truthfully, anybody can understand that. Let's keep going.
Say is to the DUI, look, I get it. I get what you got going. I got to put time, energy, and effort into that case. The Alec Murdaugh case, which people are familiar with, I think his legal defense, that was a 3-week murder trial with experts and so forth. I would say he probably spent $750,000 on his legal defense. I would say,
really?
Yeah, probably 750 to I won't say $1 million, but probably 750 on his legal defense for experts and so forth. I would venture Diddy spent probably $2-3 million on his legal defense in the federal.
So basically he's telling you that he got paid. Mr. Chow either paid him or, in my opinion, a lot of times with the Asian community or any community that's not the black community, a lot of the times they community backed them up with money. I look at Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder received like $600,000 in funds the moment that nigga basically got to jail, bro. Think about that. I mean, you literally can't make this shit up, bro. Let's keep going.
All right. Yeah.
He spent, because he had some lawyers who I've worked with, Brian Steele, so forth. I've heard the comment, and I'm sure you had, all money ain't good money. My phrase to people when they say that is try it. And so
all money ain't good money. His phrase is try it. So he's telling you, it don't matter to you. It don't matter to him that all money not good money, because to him, as long as they got a paycheck, that's good money. I'm telling y'all, man, be careful around these people. Y'all think that these people are on y'all side, but they never are. You know how many black men support Anton Daniels? You know how many black men over the years support people like Anton Daniels? Sending him money only so he can support people who want to shoot black boys in the fucking back. Let's go.
You are. Yeah, I probably should have said that.
No, that's great.
I'm not going to change for anybody. But when we say these things, Anton, when you're putting the fees in, you take everything into consideration.
Yeah.
And there's some things that, did I know I was going to get as much social media backlash as I possibly have? No. Do I care? No. But you have to, sometimes you put those types of fees, you throw those into your fee agreement because you know this is going to hurt me possibly getting other clients.
Yep.
And you could, I mean, There have been situations, not Rick Chow related, so don't go out there and say this is what I've said to folks, but there have been situations where I've told people your fee is blank, but there's going to be an extra $50 to $75 to $100,000 because people really hate your ass. Yeah. Like there have been stuff, and that's going to affect me. So I know that's a roundabout way of answering your question, Anton, but yeah, I could see.
So you charge Rick Chow more because you knew that it was going to come with public scrutiny. So you charge Rick Chow more because you knew that it would come with public scrutiny. And this is why I say, man, please, y'all be very, 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 very careful when you talk to lawyers. I don't give a fuck if that's your friend. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a fuck, bro, because a lot of times they are some of the absolute worst people, bro. It's literally not even close, bro. Some of the absolute worst people. As long as somebody got more money than you, they will sell you out. If you think that's not true, bro, listen to him. He's trying to tell you, hey man, whoever got the bigger purse, that's who I'm going to spend money on the most. And that's who I'm going to, that's whoever spend the most money on the fucking case, that's who I'm going to take serious first. That's the case I'm going to prioritize. And this is our Justice Department. Lawyers are a key component of the Justice Department. Meanwhile, his entire premise of business is based on money. And y'all wonder why rich men get away with so much in this country. Y'all wonder why rich men get away with stuff like the Epstein files. You know all the rest of this shit. Shit depressing, bro.
$500,000 on a big time legal defense is not what you think. And for this reason, I represented a young man years ago who was charged with a pretty bad murder case.
I think you kind of spoke about it on social media.
It's a different one.
Oh, is it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I talked about that one too, but this one was a pretty bad murder case. And I remember his legal.
We just want to hear about Rick Chow. Everything that you're talking about, it don't really matter to me. I really just want to hear about what happened with Rick Chow, how you was able to get him acquitted off these charges, despite him running somebody down. I don't want to hear the situation being compared to another murder trial. I'm just not interested in that. Let's keep going.
Fee was, let's just say, substantial.
Yeah.
In the six-figure variety, substantial. And I remember quoting the fee to the family. And I remember, Anton, the family specifically saying to me, that seems like it's too much money. And my response is, it's only a big fee if you go to prison.
That's true.
And what are you going to do with it? Like people, like I've had people come back to me at times like, I can't believe you charged me that much. I'm going to get somebody else. And then they're calling me.
Is my Wi-Fi moving slow? Let me check my shit real quick. Because this shit look like it's moving slow. It could be me. I could be bugging. That shit looked like it was moving slow as fuck, bro. That shit looked like it was moving slow as fuck, bro. All right, then we good. Fuck it.
And they're like, man, I got 30 years. I'm like, I bet you wish you would have spent that money
now. Yeah, I agree.
Let me refresh this shit.
Substantial. And I remember quoting the fee to the family. And I remember, Anton, the family specifically saying to me, that seems like it's too much money. And my response is, it's only a big fee if you go to prison.
That's true.
And what are you going to do with it? Like people, like I've had people come back to me at times like, I can't believe you charged me that much. I'm going to get somebody else. And then they're calling me. They're like, man, I got 30 years. I'm like, I bet you wish you would have spent that money.
Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you another question.
I think that's Anton editing. Right. Let me open up a tab on this bitch. I think Anton tried to edit some stuff out, and the video came out like kind of like slow motion type shit. Like it wasn't fully rendered well. Hey, and shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm not really trying to be on some clout shit. I'm really just want to. It's really just me content farming tonight and getting as much content done as possible. You feel me? Me getting as much content done as possible. Anyway, let's keep going.
Another question about the trial itself.
Absolutely.
Going into the trial, was at any point, including in the closing argument, because you look so confident, you look like, I know that the jury is going to get it. Some people even say that in order to be a good trial lawyer, you also have to be a great preacher. Was it any time during that case where you was thinking, it's getting a little shaky, or maybe the defense, the prosecutor, they're saying a little bit more than I anticipated, including in the closing argument? Were you ever not confident that Rick Chow was going to get a not guilty verdict?
We never thought we were going to get a not guilty. I'm not going to say like anybody who's sitting there is thinking that we thought.
Can you go into the case and how he chased the young man down? I know this is something that Anton really didn't want to talk to you about, but can you go into the case and how the young man was running for his life? Is that a possibility? I think it's crazy that you're talking about everything else except the exact details of what happened in this case. The interesting thing about doing content like this, especially when you do it by yourself and you're just watching it and you're giving your commentary, it makes you think about your children. If you are a parent, if my son got shot in the back and this is how the interviewer is going and grown ass man is talking about this and talking about my son in this type of manner, I'm gonna be very, very, very upset, and there will be retribution.
We were walking out of that courtroom. Nobody did. I mean, and here is the reason why. It's not that I did not believe he had a valid legal defense, and I still do. Remember that 30-second blurb of what I told you? That is the case. All the other. But what did they say from Drumline? Turn down the outside noise. One band, one sound. Yep. Same theory is what we were worried about was the jury listening to external stimuli and being very fearful and hearing the outside story and not hearing the full part. And I love this conversation because that went into, as I was thinking about my closing argument, the thing was I needed to attack the prejudice that I thought the jury would be going through. And so that's why, if you remember at the very beginning, I told the Paul Harvey rest of the story. And the reason I wanted the jury to hear is I wanted them to hear, I know some of you have only heard the headlines. Yeah. You've now heard everything. You have a duty and you have a job to do. And if you, Anton, we've taken a lot of calls from people who are so angry. And the first question I ask them is, did you watch the case? And the response is always, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that also. Yeah.
Did you watch it? No. I just know you're a sellout Uncle Tom piece of shit. I'm like, but did you watch it? No. And then I follow that up with, and people have sadly made this case about race. And the outside stimuli could 100% be about race. I'm not stupid. But in those walls, that 30-second blurb and the response I said.
The outside halls is, are racist, but everybody inside the halls are not racist. So y'all not racist at all. It's just everybody outside the halls is racist, but y'all are not. Come on, bro. We got to stop this shit. You want us to believe that the individuals in that courthouse who saw that this Asian man who was 61 years old chased Cyrus Belton 120 yards, 130 yards, the length of a football field, and then shot him, how that wasn't intentional. This is why, again, why black women don't feel safe around black men. They don't feel safe around black men. They feel like black men are a complete detriment to society. And this is why. Let's continue.
To a couple is, I've asked some folks, I was like, do you have any really, really, really good white friends? And they're like, well, yeah. I was like, if one of them came to you tonight and said, hey man, I'm about to be charged with murder. I said, okay, what happened? Well, somebody pointed a gun at my son. I thought he was going to kill him and I shot him. What would be your first response? Well, if he's a good friend, I believe him. And I go through that. I'm like, you never asked about the race, because they never ask about the race when they mention someone's good friend. Yeah. And that's what we thought the case was. But go back to answer your question, there was and any person who's ever tried cases never believes they're going to win. They just don't. Because you don't know what 12 people are going to do, which is what makes our jury system so great, that when 12 people get together who do not know each other, real world style, 12 strangers.
Yeah, you can say these are 12 strangers. It doesn't mean that they don't have the same agenda, right? You can have 12 strangers who all hate black people. They don't have to know each other. They know why they are there. In a situation with Karmelo, for example, they knew that he was there to basically, I'm not going to say walk away scot-free with killing Austin Metcalf, but he was there to defend himself and basically give his argument in court why he shouldn't be charged with murder and allowed to live the rest of his life. These white men and women and Asian people, whoever that was there that was not black, they don't have to know each other. What they do know is that they care about making sure that black people suffer collectively. And this is an opportunity to do just that by taking a young man's life, putting more trauma on black America, making black America not trust law enforcement in America. This is why.
Live in a mansion, 12 strangers get together and you ask them to come up with an answer, they almost always get it right. And so, because think about it, anybody out there watching this, 12 people can't get along with shit. 12 people can't agree with a damn thing. 12 people see the world different. Read social media comments. You can't get 12 people to see things the same way. So when 12 people sit in a room, hear all the evidence, not just what's on TikTok, not just what I'm saying right now, hear the prosecutor's side, our side, and then make a decision, it's a cool thing. Like, I really love our jury justice system. And I know people hate it, but
well, I was going to ask you about that follow-up, because one of the debates that I've seen amongst some of the people that I have been privy to having a conversation with is that the justice system has changed now that we have social media and we have so much access.
Absolutely. Oh,
this interview is doing nothing. This interview is just Anton way of saying, I spoke to the guy who did this, but he not really talking about shit. He not really talking about shit. I don't understand. He's not really talking about shit at all. He's not giving us details about how he actually won the case at all. Oh my God, this has turned out to be such a waste of my fucking time. But I'm over here taking care of other stuff. It's just crazy how much bullshit that conservative black males would do in order to spin a narrative, bro. Let's go.
Right. And that's what I was going to ask you. How do you see that it's changed? And is it possible that you can truly get a fair trial when you have the court of public opinion? Because, one of the things that we were talking about was the difference between a jury that you presented to versus what was happening in the Karmelo Anthony case. Black people are saying, well, there were no true jury of his peers because there were no black people technically on the panel of Karmelo Anthony, whereas I believe it was 5 that were in the jury, and correct me if I'm wrong, for Rick Chow.
Let me blow your mind real quick because I love that conversation. I'm not trying to dissuade with what you said, but one, I do hate the fact that Karmelo did not get a jury of his peers, but it does not guarantee a jury of your race.
So again, why not have at least one black person on the panel? Why not? Why not have at least one black person on, jury duty for that case? Why not? Why not? I just don't understand it, bro. Y'all knew that if there was just one black person on there, it would have been a mistrial because he would have never been able to give this man any time because he didn't do shit. He didn't do a motherfucking thing, bro. This whole situation with Austin Metcalf and that shit really got me fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I've been busy all day. I ain't even really been talking to nobody because I think about, damn, this could have been my son, bro. This could have been my son with no fucking problem. Chanel and Creative are live. Anyway, let me keep going. We got work we got to do.
And so when we back up, follow me on this one. When we picked Rick Chow's trial and jury, first, for people watching, I've had to say this conversation to multiple people. There are more than 2 races in the world. There are more than black and white. And I say that in that when we were picking Rick's jury,
we understand. You don't have to tell us that it's more than just 2 races in the world. We understand that. Right? We perfectly understand that. What we don't understand is why is there no African American people on the jury to basically even out the jury from everybody who might have implicit biases against African American young boys. That's what we don't understand, bro. So everything else you're talking about, it don't really make no sense to me. Because that's the only thing that we really care about. But let's keep going.
Rick and I sat there and talked, and the look on his face after a while as he said the following, which I thought was so profound, and we thought about it. There was not a single Asian person in the jury panel, the veneer. He didn't get a single Asian person on the jury. The judge was not.
He wouldn't need to. Like, his proximity to whiteness speaks for itself. He wouldn't need a panel full of fucking Asian people or Chinese people or whatever, because his proximity to whiteness speaks for itself. That's just the facts, bro. His proximity to whiteness is the main reason why he wouldn't need any Asian people there, because most people are going to say, oh yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, these black kids are gangsters. They're the problems with our society. They're going to always put it on black boys and black girls. We will always be the problem. Whether in this situation, whether it's the Karmelo Anthony situation, they always find some way to pin it on us. And that's why I really don't like the conversations that are divisive. Conversations about black men versus black women, all of that shit, to me, That shit is really fucking petty. And I mean that shit, bro. Let's keep going.
Asian. The prosecutors were black and white. His defense team was black and white. The people in the courtroom were all black and white. The people protesting him were black, and some white. And so when we say jury of peers, Rick didn't have a single Asian. He went through the same thing that us as African Americans went through in the 40s and 50s. Like, he sat there and we're all screaming. He had a jury of his peers. There wasn't a single Asian in that room to listen to him. And everyone's like, oh, he had minorities on the juries. Like, if you follow social media backlash, us minorities are more mad at Rick than anything. And so I do believe it's wild that Karmelo did not get a single minority on his entire jury. I do.
How does that work as far as jury selection? Because I know that the defense also participates. And
so, sir, why didn't you reach out to them and give them any counsel? Why aren't you raising your voice and using your platform to say, yeah, this needs to be a mistrial, or we need to appeal and go back to trial and have black people on the jury duty? Sorry, y'all, I'm tired and I'm working. But why not? You know that it's low-key wrong. You just don't give a damn. Just don't give a damn. Let's keep going, bro.
Jury selection, how does that work?
So here's what's supposed to happen. You get probably 2-3 weeks beforehand, you get a jury panel. Like, you get like a big old binder of like 300 people who have been summoned to come to the jury. And we all do our research on them. One of the things
on every person?
I'll Facebook you. All them people out there calling me this Uncle Tom Coon shit. I'm watching y'all. Y'all ain't never getting my juries. I'm like, you out.
So you saying that you have implicit bias, and anybody who is willing to call you out and tell the truth about you, they're going to have a problem. That's basically what you're saying. That shit don't make no sense, bro. You all really got to grow the fuck up. You feel me? At this point, I never trust lawyers because this is how they all move. They money hungry, but then they got their implicit biases and they spiteful. Oh, this that same person that said I was a coon, so he can't be on my jury. Fuck that nigga. So you're about to fuck over somebody's life potentially based on your personal feelings, bro? This shit dirty game, bro. Let's go.
Oh, I'm emotional, huh?
So y'all go through all of their social media and everything.
Everything. Because what we want is, what is sometimes impossible, we want a neutral, fair jury that has not made a mind up. And so we're watching who you donated to. We're watching your Instagram posts. I'm looking at the books you read. I'm watching the Instagram stuff you posted. I'm watching who you donated to in the past, because, and why this is important is, and prosecutors do this too, because once they're picking the jury, and we didn't see Karmelo's, but they excused certain Black folks. And what the process says is you can excuse any person for a neutral, non-racial reason. And so if the prosecutor can say, yes, he's Black, however, I excused him because he donated to the Free Karmelo Fund. And the judge says, well, that is a neutral reason. You have a right to get rid of that person.
Child. So if these Black people were there donating to Karmelo Anthony, they are not a problem. That means that they have a bias and that they cannot serve on the panel. Y'all mean to tell me every single person that was up there had no feelings about Austin Metcalf at all? None? No implicit biases at all? None. Bro, you can't, this shit is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This one is really, 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 really frustrating to talk about. The 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 amount of raccooning in these situations are low key out of control. When I say completely out of control, bro, I mean completely fucking out of control. Let's go, man. Let's go.
But what you can make an argument is, and I think the defense did protect this, is that he didn't get a fair cross section of his area. Okay. And that's an argument. Now, I don't know the area. I don't know where they live. Maybe it's an all white area. I don't know. And if it's an all white area, the argument is that is a fair cross section. So it's not necessarily the 12 people on the jury. It's that panel. And is that panel a fair cross section of the community? And if they can show it was a fair cross section of the community, if the prosecutor or the appellate team can later argue Black people were selected, they just were not qualified because of this, and this, then they've got a strong argument that he got a fair jury under the eyes of the law. Because people think that the law guarantees that you get a jury of your peers to look like you. No, you get a jury of people from your community. And so it's
no, we understand that they are in the same community, bro. The problem is that there were no African American people. There's plenty of Black people in that community, but y'all basically didn't want these people on trial because y'all know for a fact that they was going to add some nuance to the conversation. They wasn't going to allow y'all to say that Karmelo just fucking brutalized this man and he attacked Austin Metcalf and he was the aggressor. No, like they weren't going to allow that type of shit, bro. We got to stop it. No point of lying, man. Y'all didn't want somebody there who was African American because y'all are racist. It's no other way to put it. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's not a guarantee that you get Black jurors. It's just not. Like same and Rick Chow, he wasn't guaranteed Asian jurors, and he didn't get any.
Yeah. What about social media? Because one of the things that you did masterfully, when people first sent this to me, right? Because they send me all kind of stuff to pay attention to and have a conversation about on these platforms, so on and so forth. They just said, "Hey, Anton, what do you think about this Rick Chow case?" And so I went to the news first and I started looking at it and researching it. And then I went to your closing arguments and I found out that he had a gun, right? And not only did I find out that he had a gun, the Cyrus kid, I think his name was Cyrus Carmack. Not only did I find out that he had a gun, but that he had been posing with it on social media. And you masterfully presented that in the closing argument. How much?
What does him posing with his gun on social media have to do with the fact that y'all ran him down? Nothing at all, bro. Just another reason why, again, Black people will always be hunted in this country because other African Americans like an Anton Daniels, they're not going to actually try to do anything to stop it. They're complicit in promoting the death of Black people, the death of Black children. Meanwhile, Anton was the exact same nigga that did not want anybody talking about his daughter, Leslie. Anytime his daughter, Leslie, was brought into a situation, he felt like it was too much. It was too far. But when it's other people's kids, Anton just don't give a damn. And we got the point in our society where the only thing that matters is a bag. Black men don't give a fuck about nothing else if it has a bag attached to it. And it's crazy. As much as a capitalist as Anton is, you think he'd be okay with Corey selling shirts about his wife and his daughter. But instead, he complained about it. He didn't care that it was running a bag up. He knew that it was disrespectful. When it came to him, it don't matter. Let's go, bro.
How heavy do you think that continued to weigh on whether or not Rick Chow was going to be found not guilty? And the reason that I ask that is because I know that people, like you just talked about, researching people's social media, they don't think that it should be included when it comes to having a conversation about trials and things like that. How much does that weigh, do you think, if you had to, give some opinion on it, how much does that weigh, the fact that you're able to present the fact that this kid did pose with a gun on social media, which obviously was the same gun that was discovered at the scene, when the whole altercation took place?
Well,
It wasn't like he ever used his firearm though. Like, it's crazy how easy it is to demonize black boys for money now. They found that same firearm that he was showing in line. You know, Anton hasn't said that he was using it because he never used a firearm. Not once, bro. This shit is so disingenuous that I'm ashamed that I can call Anton, a fellow Michigander. I feel like he need to be kicked out the whole motherfucking state, bro. Because I know for a fact that if Anton, little girl, was being talked about like this, bro, he'd be upset, bro. I'm talking about real mad shit, bro. He wouldn't be going for all of this cool shit he on right now, bro. He wouldn't. But you know what? Let me keep going. I got shit I got to do. It's fucking ridiculous.
Compared to Karmelo Anthony, the trials are so different because they're saying the other young man didn't have a weapon. And so this is a completely different case if we do not find out a couple of things. One, that he owns a firearm, or he's not allowed to legally own one. Yeah. But one, he has a firearm, possesses a firearm, and had a firearm and was showing it and brandishing it on social media less than 24 hours before he went into the store.
Wow.
And the reason that was important is, and let me make this clear, we had a lot of other information we could have used against Cyrus, but that's not what we needed. I'm not even going to get into it, but I'm going to say we had a lot of other information, but that's not what you wanted the trial to be about. You remember? Because what I didn't want the trial to turn into, and all the people are telling me.
So what information more did you have about young Cyrus? Were you going to paint a picture that this young man was a thug and a gangster just so you can get this white boy off? I don't understand y'all motherfuckers, bro. We have no compassion for young black boys no more. Now, when one young black boy does something bad, I guess it's a representation of all young black boys. I guess it's a representation of all young black boys, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. Literally, you can't make this shit up at all. And it's frustrating, bro. It really is. It's frustrating as fuck when injustice is happening to black boys and we can't do shit about it. Brittany City as hell, man. Let's keep going.
Trust me, y'all could have been watching a different trial, is all I'm going to say. But what was important was, what's the phrase? Keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing was the following, 30 seconds. And that's how I try cases. If you keep it simple. And the main thing was, if Rick was telling the truth, someone pointed a gun at his son and he thought he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
If we got to the point, and the only thing, and the prosecutor and I are dear friends. I think he's an amazing, I think they're great lawyers. I really do. I think they're good people. They're great lawyers. The only thing I had a problem with in his closing, and if anybody watched the trial, he kept saying that I called Cyrus a thug. I never used the word thug and wouldn't use the word thug.
I didn't hear you say that at all.
I never said it. And I was so offended that he kept saying, they think he's a thug. I'm like, you guys are letting your own prejudice come out because subconsciously, y'all know what y'all think he is.
Yep.
I never said it. And I think that kind of hurt them because I think the jury, every time they said, the jury kept looking at me like, did he? You could see the jury, and no one sees this. you can see the jury looking like they never said he was a thug. And I wouldn't, okay? Because my fear, Anton, is if we started attacking the young.
But you don't have to say he's a thug if you're genuinely fucking. I mean, if you're basically shitting on the young man, do you have to say, yeah, he's a thug? In my opinion, no, because you have made it very, very, very clear that in your mind, this young man is a thug. You brought up the gun. You brought up his social media posts. You didn't bring up the fact that he has never been arrested for no crimes, that he doesn't have any violent history. He's never been suspended from school for bringing a gun to school. None of that. He posted a picture with a firearm. That doesn't make you a criminal. It should get depressing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even smoke my blunt tonight. That's how depressing this shit is. Let's go, bro.
Man, then it would almost see that would have made it okay to shoot him. And it had nothing to do with that. That's why we made it very clear to the defense. We did not want to attack him because it had nothing to do with anything but that 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with his history. It had nothing to do with gangs, violence, black. You pointed a gun at my kid. What else would anyone in that situation would do? And that was the trial. I mean, for all this complicated stuff, we didn't bring it up. That's why I'm still kind of like, why did they kept saying that we called him a thug? If anyone out there's.
You never called him a thug. You painted a picture that painted him out to be a thug. Look at his fucking guns on Instagram. Why would a kid who's 14 who can't legally have a gun bring a gun into a fucking school or a fucking store? If he wanted to just purchase 4 water bottles, why not buy them? Why run away? Don't forget he had a gun. That blicky. Don't forget that. He had that blicky on him. But he never used it. But he had a gun on him. He's black. Yeah, you're right. That's a dangerous combination. Yeah, you're right. Child.
Watching the trial, find one time I called that boy a thug.
I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason that I did is because when I started to find out that he was posing with it on social media and that he did have a gun, because this is my theory, right? And my theory is you're in the store and you have a gun, right? They suspect you of stealing, and now you stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, I'm liking where you're going. Keep going.
You can't prove to them that you didn't steal by showing what you have in your pocket because you have a gun, which then causes you to run, right? Which then translates into what wind up happening. And so my theory, if we want to do reverse engineering of this whole conversation, is you don't have a gun, nobody dies, they still have their store, you still living your life, so on and so forth.
You skipped over why would they even chase him. So cool, they think that he stole something. He started running. If you're not sure if he stole something, why chase him? You got him on video. It's 4 bottles of water. We're talking about something less than $10. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? In Michigan, if you steal something and it doesn't equal up to fucking $25, do y'all know it's not even a crime? Like, if I go and steal a bag of chips, just one little sold bag of fucking chips that's for 69 cents or some shit, you're not going to call the police and lock me up. You're not going to have a trial. Hey, Daryl, we might get 5 years for this fucking bag of chips. You're not going to do it, bro. You're not going to say, oh, yeah, Daryl got to get arrested because he stole a fucking iPhone charger from the gas station. You're not going to do that, bro. He allegedly took 4 bottles of water. But if you looked at your cameras and he didn't pick up shit and put it in his pocket, what are you really doing? You're racially profiling him. And I would have showed them niggas, yeah, I got a blicky, bitch. I ain't take your water, but nigga, I can go ahead and make you chop suey right now, bitch. That's what I would have did, bro. And then he probably would have fell back. But hey, it is what it is, man. Keep going. Rest in peace to Lil Homie.
And so I believe that the responsibility lies elsewhere. And whether we want to say parents or whatever, that's all opinions. But here's my other question for you. Was there any plea deal that was presented? Nope. So they just straight up tried it. They never offered him a plea deal. They never said, wow.
And that's
why. I mean, why would y'all think he was going to be offered a plea deal in fucking South Carolina, bro? Where it's racist as fuck. South Carolina not known for shit else except racism. That's what they do. They don't got a famous basketball, football team. They just known for being racist. That's it, bro. If you talk about the South or the Bible Belt, I'm automatically going to think racism. Every single time. I've been watching this for 26 minutes and I haven't learned a motherfucking thing about how he actually won this case. And why, as a black man, he would take this case in the first place. I look fat on camera. I gotta start doing some fucking push-ups or something. Damn.
And this was all before I came involved, and I don't know. There was no plea offers. I want to be careful on what I say next. There's no plea offers. And so I can speculate. Is this a different conversation if you go to somebody and say, hey, do you want to plead straight up to a manslaughter? Is that a different conversation? Maybe. I'm not giving you facts because it didn't happen, but maybe that's a different conversation. Because, when you talk about manslaughter, you talk about reckless disregard for human life. You talk about heat of passion. You talk about overreacting possibly. And maybe that's something that fits more into the facts. Those are questions I don't know because that was not what was presented. But that to me is a more interesting conversation because there's things that I do agree with the world on, and there are things that I don't. But there's no two ways about it. The young man had a gun. People can get mad. He had a gun. The question people have in the world is what?
Now, don't skip past that. What do you agree with the rest of us? You said it's things that you agree with the world doing. And what are those things? What are those things? Do you agree that Rick Chow should have never, followed this young black man and chased him? Because I believe his son would have never got the blicky pointed at him if he didn't chase bro. If you chase me and I fall, shit, I don't know what you doing, bro. I might have to fucking yank your shit. But that's just me, bro. I don't know. Let's keep going.
I don't believe he pointed the firearm. Well, I wasn't there. You weren't there. I don't know. All I know is Andy Chow believes he pointed it, and he said that to 911, and he said
that's the son, right?
And that's the son. He put his hands up. Dad, I don't know if you believe him or don't believe him, but he says, I saw my son with his hands up saying he had a gun, and I said, drop it, stop, no, and he didn't.
But that's confusing because from what the testimony was saying, when he had his hands up, it's because the young man fell. The young man fell. He was standing over Cyrus Belton when he fell, and that's when he allegedly pulled out his side piece, and he wanted to protect himself. We gotta stop, bro. We gotta stop. That's why he was shot in the back. He never tried to do shit wrong. Y'all niggas just be lying, bro.
Now, I'm not.
Was the gun loaded?
It had one in the chamber. And it wasn't just loaded. There was one in the chamber. And so you put yourself in that situation. That's all I ask anyone out there. And I think that's what we had the jury do. Put yourself in that similar situation. And maybe, I'm not stupid, maybe Rick Chow overreacted. And that situation, I'm not stupid. Put yourself in that similar situation. And maybe, I'm not stupid, maybe Rick Chow overreacted. In that situation, I asked myself, would I rather overreact or underreact?
Yeah.
And it's all lawyers do. They get paid to lie and make bullshit arguments. Anything to get his fucking client off. If he overreacted, what the fuck you mean? If him and his son didn't chase after the young man and overreact in that situation, Cyrus would have just walked away with no problem. But y'all low-key was in y'all feeling. That's why, bro, when I see them Asian motherfuckers, listen, man, I don't want to be like this, but it be like, fuck them. I'm not opening a door for no Asian woman. None of that shit, bro. It's over. Because even in Chicago, it's like they want credit for all the shit that black people in Chicago have done. All the shit that even Latino people have done. This shit is low-key disgusting, bro. All of this racial shit in 2026, this shit is utterly disgusting, bro. Like, fuck.
And that's all I asked. Would you rather be the one who overreacted or underreacted? But it's
why not do the right thing? Why is it overreact or underreact? Why not? I want to be the person that do the right thing versus the person who don't do the right thing. Damn.
Sad. See, the question I thought you were going to ask is everybody's question about the damn chase.
No, I mean, I understand it. I mean, you can elaborate on it.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't ask that question is because I watched a closing argument, and one of the
So you get it.
Yeah, one of the things that you said in the closing argument is that it's not illegal for them to chase him. Like
it wasn't that it was illegal, Anton. If that's the case, Anton, that next time I see your daughter, I'm gonna chase her down the street. The next time I see Anton's daughter, because Anton just said it's not illegal, I'm going to chase her down the street. Remember, Anton, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. If I see Leslie or if I see Rita, I'm gonna chase them down the fucking street because it's not illegal. Come on, bro. This shit sounds so goofy, bro. Just say that y'all niggas want to be coons.
Said it during the trial.
There's two major points. We don't take the law the way that we want it. We take the law the way it is. If you want to change the law, change the law. Yeah. In South Carolina, if somebody, I always use the example, if somebody rips off your chain and starts running and you chase them, that ain't against the law.
Yeah.
Okay. And the law in South Carolina.
But if he didn't rip off nobody's chain. He didn't do anything wrong. They had a suspicion and they chased him on that suspicion. Man, y'all niggas is too good with these words, bro. Too good with the lies and too good with the narratives.
It allows you, believe it or not, Anton, it allows you to be wrong. You know, people don't, the law specifically says in our law, you have the right to be wrong and act upon appearances. Mm-hmm. So if it walks like a duck, looks like a duck. And so let's take it back one step. Let's say the following happened. And again, not saying this is true because we don't know, but let's say Cyrus goes into that store with all plans of robbing that store. Mm-hmm. Let's say.
Why would you even paint that picture? That's what I'm saying, bro. It's fucking coons, bro. Shit's ridiculous. Young black boys just can't win because it's going to be older black men like these men who are going to do whatever that they need to in order to be close with these white men, bro. It's never gonna change, bro. I thought I was gonna get to the Myron shit, but no, because this shit low key blowing me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I got some fire, but this shit, like, I ain't gonna lie. This whole shit with Karmelo, bro, this shit been having me in a funk, bro. Don't want to talk to niggas. Don't want to hear it. Like, I've been seeing niggas and like the old me, I call niggas out. I ain't want to do that shit, bro. But then they gonna make it seem like I'm beefing with niggas when really, nigga, we should be talking about in the same way. When I would get on here and I talk about somebody's kid, they get on this bitch and they start doing some less like they get on this bitch and start doing some fake beef shit. Like like I'm not talking about the case. I don't got time for that shit, bro. I swear to God, I don't. Hold on, let me see what they got going on over here. They got a lot of trolls in their chat right now. Chanel and Creative. Say like podcast reacting to what you call shit. Man. Anyway. I might get to that Stephen A shit too, but I don't got it in me, bro. I don't got it in me to just watch niggas be on some coon shit and dismiss the fact that it's legal to chase somebody, I guess, if they stole your chain, but they didn't do nothing. Is it legal to stalk somebody and chase them based on the fact that you have a hunch that they did something wrong? Is that legal? I don't know, bro. Let's go.
He goes in there, and I think I painted that image. He goes in there with an empty book bag. He goes in there with a gun with one in the chamber. The mama does some stuff that we're not proud of, following around, staring at the store. Let's not pretend that didn't happen.
It looked like a Menace to Society movie.
It looked just like that shit.
It looked like a Menace to Society movie.
It looked just like it. So don't think I saw it. Y'all saw it. That's exactly what it looked like. Yep. But he takes his book bag off. He puts it on the counter. Let's say, for argument's sake, I'm not saying this is a fact, he wants to rob this store. He's going in. He's grabbing water bottles. He's like, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to do this. I don't. Talking himself in or out of something.
How long was he in the store?
Not long. 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes. It's not as long as we think, but doing stuff back and forth, and maybe his 14-year-old brain kicks in. I don't want to do this shit. I'm not robbing this damn store. Or they're on to me. This lady is staring her racist ass at. She's looking at me. This is weird. Or why'd I put my butt? Whatever. And he makes the decision to leave. And now let's focus on Andy. He's watching the kid be suspicious. People can get mad if you want, but watch the videos. He is acting weird in the store. Yeah. Maybe it's because he has a gun.
Define acting weird. What does that mean when you say he was acting weird in the store? Maybe because he has a gun. You can't prove any of this beyond reasonable doubt. And sometimes I hate that they even say that shit in court, because you don't have to have reasonable doubt sometimes. These niggas really just be saying whatever they want to say, bro. It's so easy to paint young black boys as demons. It's so easy, bro.
Maybe because of whatever, but he goes in there with no way to pay, no cash, no money, with a gun. Even if he wasn't stealing, you would be suspicious if you got a damn gun on you, got a lady staring at you.
Some people said that because he didn't have money didn't necessarily mean that he didn't have a way of pay because of our digital currency, because of Apple.
No. I made that very clear with the officer. There was no way to pay. Stop with that digital currency crap. And that's one of the things I objected to the solicitor's closing argument, is because everyone knows a discovery. It ain't me making up. He had no means to pay. Okay.
So he was literally.
Prove it. I don't know shit. Prove that he had no means to pay. Prove it. Was there no Apple Apple money inside his Apple little wallet? Was there no debit cards on his account? Come on, bro. Was there no cash app? Stop it. Stop it. But again, man, as long as these black men are getting checks from a white man or Asian man, they're going to do their fucking job. They're going to demonize this young boy. Don't give a fuck what they got to do. Shit is so shameful, bro. So fucking shameful, bro.
In the store with no ability to pay.
No ability to pay. None. So let's not change the narrative. No ability to pay. But I think, Andy the son is watching this.
You just said that. You still haven't proven, even just now, how you know for a fact that he had no ability to pay for 4 bottles of water. You come on, bro. All right, man. Let's go, man. Fuck this shit.
And he is assuming he's stealing. If you're in that situation from the counter, you're watching this kid do this back and forth and acting suspicious, you assume it. And so when he comes up to the counter, he's got that front hoodie on, and answers the bottle. Yeah, that he. Well, I'm not going to say it.
that he was wearing with the gun in the inside of the social media posts,
and other times. And so in that front hoodie,
him wearing a hoodie on social media with the gun in the post, what does that have to do with him being shot in the back? And like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, and I'm not calling everybody out, but I gotta just mention this. Like, when I would have conversations with people like a Brittany in the chat now, or Chicago Rilla and all these different individuals, and Anton was doing the same coon shit back then, it's like niggas was cool with this shit. Niggas was cool with this shit and cool with blaming the black community and talking about how the black culture is trash. Niggas was absolutely cool with allowing this type of shit to fester and into something that is much worse now. Now, I couldn't imagine if one of the people that I fuck with that used to fuck with Anton, if one of their kids got in these situations and he go online, he making videos, talking about, yeah, the kids should be locked up and shit. Like, at some point, bro, we gotta stand on business, bro. This shit low key is, this shit is trifling, bro. Somebody fucking kid, B.
Son is looking at this and there's something heavy in there, and the son's assuming it's water. It's the gun.
Yeah.
And so the son.
See, that's what I said. I said that he was caught between a rock and a hard place, because if they say,
100%.
give me the water, but it's really a gun, he can't show that. So
I'm showing that bitch. You got me fucked on, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas. Man, I'm coming that bitch. Hey, yeah, I got the blick on me. Now what? Ain't why you fucking with you, Chop Suey? Ain't nobody fucking with you, but so just get your bitch ass on. Just get your bitch ass on, bro. But for me, I'm not being chased down by no fucking body. As soon as I hit the corner and I see a nigga, oh, he about to bust this corner. Pop, 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 pop. You got life fucked up, boy. This shit crazy, man. I hate coon ass niggas.
And so the 14-year-old brain kicks in. He's like, let me get the hell out of there. Do I think the kid on his own said, let me get out of here? You know what? I'm not doing anything. I think it is. He left. And then mom and dad, they come outside and said, hey, what are you doing? Hey, he takes off, beat street. And so, of course, 18, 19-year-old Andy Chow gets suspicious. He's stealing. You know what? We're tired of people stealing from the store. I'm going to catch him. He doesn't say this, but I think he's trying to be the hero. Let me show mommy and daddy I can catch the shoplifter. You know, we're doing inventory that day is what they were doing.
So you wanted to be superhero. That's why bro should have just popped this dumbass. And look at how he painting the boy. He wanted to be a hero. Yeah, mommy and daddy, I wanted to really show them that I can defend the store and defend Asian pride and Asian. Come on, bro, my fucking blunt at, bro. Shit is trash, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. Where my fucking lighter at, bro? All right, let's keep going.
Tired of money being stolen? I'm going to catch him. I'm going to catch him. I'm going to catch him. You're allowed to do that part. I think he catches up to him. And this is something I mentioned in closing. The gun's in his hand. I don't know if he pulls it out or not. He's throwing his phones. He's throwing his book bag. Why? Because he's 14. He's just like,
so he's throwing his stuff.
According to Andy.
Just for clarification.
According to the young man who might be lying, who was never cross-examined. So sure, yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm only doing this content to let y'all know who to stay away from. This is why I told Jazz, you can't be for black boys if you support Anton Daniels. You can't be for black children or black people if you support Anton Daniels. I don't want to hear shit about the stock club and the Patreon. I don't want to hear shit about none of that shit, bro. If you're supporting somebody who was cool watching a child die and his murderer get away, and then Anton is making money off the situation by bringing on the lawyer so he can get a bag off of it. And then you wonder why people was okay with watching Corey Holcomb get a bag selling your daughter on fucking t-shirts depicted as a fucking monkey. This is the reason why.
For the people in the audience or the people that watch this and react to it, because everything is live, so it's not edited whatsoever. But he's actually throwing things, right? Because I watched the closing argument, but the people are saying that, well, it's because everything spilled out.
And maybe they're right. Maybe I'm telling you what the evidence we put on is. And so when people say I'm saying these are facts, these are the facts that came out at trial from one of the witnesses who happened to be Andy Chow. So you don't got to believe him. But he's saying he's throwing his book bag. Why do I think that makes sense that he threw his book bag? Because the book bag didn't land right on the ground. It landed way down a road in a ditch. Like it's far away. It's not close enough where you just drop it. It's tossed. The phones are tossed. I think his 14-year-old brain kicked in. Let me distance myself away from some of this stuff. I've got other issues. I don't think it's anything bad about it, but that's human nature. Andy is still chasing him.
Imagine a 19-year-old man chasing a fucking child. Nigga, Rick Chow, nigga, you couldn't even be in my community. Y'all boys would be on the motherfucking chopping block forever. And I will force you out too. I can't say how because of YouTube guidelines, but I will force you out. You wouldn't be able to hide from me. That's a fact. Let's go.
He falls. He absolutely falls. Does he fall pulling out a firearm? No, I don't know. But at some point in time, he reaches down and picks up that firearm. Andy is right next to him when he pulls down that firearm. According to Andy's testimony, he sees a gun. He starts backing up. And Cyrus gets up and he pushes his body weight up. And I think I did that in my closing.
Yeah.
You push your body weight up and maybe you're doing this. You see what I'm saying? Like someone can overreact. And I'm not saying that was not a...
So he had failed. He was getting up with the firearm in his hand because he was being chased the fuck down. And now you're surprised by this. You're surprised by this. Why? 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 Why are you surprised by this? If I chased you down, would you fire at me? Because that's the question I would ask. If I chase you down, are you going to shoot? If I chase down Anton's wife, would you tell her to protect herself and defend herself if she had a firearm? That's the question that you got to really ask yourself, bro. All right. Let's go.
Possibility. 14-year-old kid stands up, has got a gun, and you got Andy. Oh my God, he's got a gun. Maybe he's overreacted. And if you're a daddy, just turn around.
Yeah, you got to go.
You see, this is what you see. A gun pointed this way at your son.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I'm not saying with the...
So you shoot the person in the back. You don't say, hey, drop the weapon. Drop the weapon before I shoot. You don't give a warning. You don't fire a warning shot. You just shoot the person. All right. And again, Anton wondered why many years ago I didn't have any remorse about what I did with his father in a situation with Anton's father obituary. I still don't have no real remorse. And it's because of how Anton continuously moved when we talk about other people's children. This is not okay. This is not okay, y'all. It's just not okay. And this type of shit right here is the main reason why years ago when I was going against Anton, I never understood why people will support a nigga that was okay with talking like this about somebody's kid. Fuck all the YouTube shit that I'm into. I don't get online after if let's look. If E Black Kid had been shot down by fucking Rick Chow, nigga, I would have been, if E Black was okay with it, you know, he'd be in his feelings. I would have been completely on his fucking side. I would have been completely on his fucking side, bro. No if, and, or buts about it. But this society we got now is weird as fuck, bro.
Slight turn. That's what we told the jury, and that's what the medical examiner said was possible. Now, is there a possibility that Rick Chow overreacted and reacted too quickly? Absolutely. But do you want to overreact or underreact?
Yeah, you can't let your son get killed.
And there's a 14-year-old boy, and maybe the 14-year-old boy's got the gun, and he's like, he hears, drop it, stop, and he's 14. He's like, what the hell? Wait, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I could see that possibly too. And so as I've always said, the truth could be somewhere.
He didn't fire the weapon, bro. He never fired the weapon, bro. So you're gaslighting us right now. What you saw was him defending himself. When you saw him point the weapon at your son, he pointed that weapon at your son because he was being chased. He don't know if your son has a weapon on him. He don't know if your son is chasing him with the intent to actually harm him. And you can't prove that he knew that he was not going to be harming. He don't know shit, bro. Only thing he know is that he's being chased right now by a grown fucking man, and y'all never caught him with any stolen merchandise, which led me to believe he never stole any merchandise. Let's go.
In the middle. But all we can do is tell the jury the facts. They heard them. They made their decision. Sorry, that was a long answer. I apologize.
No, this is great. I think in a court of public opinion, which is something that I've been paying attention to with all of these different cases that's been coming out. In the court of public opinion, it seems to be more or less guilty until proven innocent, when it seems like the burden to prove guilt is supposed to be on the prosecutors, right? And so
it's not even that, Anton. It's the situation really is people are tired of having to bury Black children, and they're tired of watching the white man get away with it, the Asian man get away with it. Like, they're tired of that, because we know if this is a Black man who had shot him, you'll be talking shit about the Black man, and you would be saying it's okay for him to go to jail because of what he did. But because this is not a Black man, you're on this type of bullshit right here, right now, bro. All right.
See these cases come out, people are saying, well, what if, and what if that? And from my perspective, I don't think that you can convict somebody based off of a what if. I think that you have to be clear that this is what he did, this is what he intended to do. But here's my question as a follow-up to that. In the Karmelo Anthony case, which I understand that the circumstances and the situations are completely different. So it's a lot, it's very unrelated. One had a weapon, one didn't, so on and so forth, right? They offered the jury manslaughter, the opportunity to also convict Karmelo Anthony manslaughter, but they convicted him of murder.
Right.
That wasn't an option here in the Rick Chow case, right? They put him on trial for murder. It was what it was. Some people are saying that, well, they should have offered the jury the ability to convict him of manslaughter. What do you think about that?
What a great question. And people, love to do Monday morning quarterback, and I'm going to defend the prosecutor in this situation. If they would have charged him just with manslaughter, because remember, manslaughter and murder in South Carolina are different. So they would have almost had to just charge him with manslaughter.
Okay.
People would have gone.
So they couldn't do both. They couldn't make an offer of both.
You cannot do.
Yeah, they had to charge him with murder because it was a murder trial. It's really just that simple. Why not? Like, why would you charge him with manslaughter? He wasn't just being reckless. He intentionally, in my opinion, he shot a child and then lied and made it seem like the child was going to kill his kid. And we got to stop making it seem like these people are not having backstage conversations in their homes saying, hey, this person is a fucking murderer. This person is a fucking murderer, and this person is a part of the black community. Nobody give a fuck about them. So it don't matter what we do. We can lie on him. We can do whatever. We can go get some black people, pay them some money, Anton and others, and then they're gonna automatically join us any goddamn way. They're gonna automatically side with us. They don't like these black people anyway. And that's how I know a lot of y'all niggas hustle ain't shit either. Because y'all gotta come on this bitch and y'all gotta do all this shit talking about a kid. But let somebody talk about one of y'all niggas' kids, bro. Y'all niggas be willing to crash the fuck out. Shit's crazy, man. This shit got me in such a bad mood.
Do both on South Carolina. You cannot be murder and manslaughter because they're different. It's called lesser included for a reason. Right. So you can charge somebody. They could have tried this as a voluntary manslaughter case. And I promise you the world would have been even more mad at them. Why'd you let him get away from murder? He shot that boy in the back. Don't you dare. Like that could have happened. Then there's a next question is, would they have been entitled to a lesser included charge at our trial if the defense didn't want it? And I don't know the answer to that because the law is kind of weird on that because we did not want a lesser included charge. We did not. And people will say, why didn't you want a lesser included? The reason isn't, I mean, I'm going to sound like a cold dick, but the reason is math. He's charged with voluntary manslaughter in South Carolina that carries 30 years, 30 plus his age. He's going to die in prison anyway. What's the difference between manslaughter and murder? Like, I mean, if people out there like, why didn't Shaun try? Like, it wasn't some great legal analysis. It was math. I'm just like, why would we want a voluntary manslaughter when 30 plus his age is death in jail?
I mean, that is your client, so I can't even say shit to that, right? But at the same time, I do think you a hoe ass nigga for defending this white boy and this Asian boy who was on some complete fuck nigga shit. Bro, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro. No cap, bro. You should be really ashamed of yourself, bro. I think this is some of the weakest shit I've ever seen in my life. Defending these motherfucking these non-black people after they took a black person's life. Or they trying to incarcerate a young man who haven't done shit, outside of defend himself, bro. This shit is so much to carry on your spirit. You feel me? I don't even know how y'all niggas do it. The niggas who do all that cooning shit every day, I don't know how the fuck y'all do it, bro. I just don't be having it in me. I'm barely up here now watching this bullshit. This shit is crazy, man. That nigga Anton has reached new lows, bro.
No one give me credit for this great legal acumen. It was just simple math. I just got it was like 30 carried away. Nope, we ain't doing it. Like that was the math.
How much effort does it take? And when I say effort, I'm speaking of how many different people do you have to interact with, hire, maybe private investigators, people to scrub social medias, working with the coroner's office. What type of resource? Because I know that people say, well, money. One of the things that I've seen people criticizing, they say, well, money is money because they're not listening to the case. They don't care about the facts and they care more about the race element in this as it relates to social media than they care about what happened in the actual case, which is one of the reasons why they don't do their research, right? How much in resources does it take to be able to try something like this? And I'm not just talking about billable hours, but manpower to focus on this for the better part of 3 years.
It's such a great question. And this is anyone out there listening. If your life is on the line, you want your lawyer spending every day, penny, nickel, hour defending you. The months before meeting with Rick Chow, I would say, not months before reading with him, he was housed in a jail that was probably about 2.5 hours from my house.
So he never was bailed out. He was in jail the whole time.
Stayed in jail the whole time. So I would leave the house every morning at 4 or 5 in the morning, spend about 6-7 hours with him every day, then go to the scene and then do it again the next morning for hours and hours. And that's just me meeting with him. That's not even getting ready for trial. Then you spend, we have an amazing team, some great lawyers, Jack Swirling, Alyssa Curtis Chow, like great lawyer. And everybody's spending hours prepping witnesses who may never testify. Like we spent hours talking to people who never get on the stand, because I believe one small mistake can ruin an entire case. I'll give you an example. When the prosecutor in his closing argument went out of his way to say, remember that line, cameras don't lie? Mm-hmm. How quick was that flipped on him during our entire closing? Like, I thought that was a mistake, but if you're not preparing, getting everything rare, and you miss that one small line, we don't have that cameras don't lie. Don't forget the prosecutor in their closing. Also, they put the gun in Cyrus's hand. Like, maybe he fought. We use that. So when you prepare, you make sure you know the case better than anyone in the world, so that one small detail you catch and you're ready. If a witness says something on the stand, you have studied their testimony. You're like, well, no, that's not what you said through, and you're ready. I'll give you an example. If you watched any of the trial, the prosecutor, when he was cross-examining Andy Chow, who was the son, said, isn't it true on the body cam footage, you've never told anybody that Cyrus threw the cell phones? You said they dropped. Well, we had where Andy had said it 4 different times on 4 different occasions, and we knew it. We're like, our team's like, no, Shaun. And we went up there.
He was able to just catch it off of muscle memory without even having to go back and do research, because you knew everything about the case.
And if you're not spending, let's say,
man, shut your bitch ass up, bro. Truth be told, I'm not even trying to hear shit you saying, nigga. You sound like a hoe. You feel me? Back in the day, that's why sometimes I wish I was born just like 20 years younger. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 years older, I guess, like with the OGs, bro. But look, I need to see something real quick. Something that's completely unseparated from, but I still want to react to it in real time. I don't give a fuck.
After being in some parts of these YouTube streets, I'm happy I don't know people on the
All right, let's see. What are you saying on here? What we got going on? Let's see what Fatty talking about.
He can't be on camera.
Fatty? The Fatty? Why can't you be on camera? Are you ugly? Are you cute? What?
No, it's because it's 8 a.m. and I'm fat. I don't want y'all to know this. I want to be a surprise. Chanel, you don't know me, Chanel?
No.
But I know you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you do know me. I mean, I'm someone to know. Just saying.
Thank you very much.
No, I don't know a lot of people on the internet. And honestly, after being in some parts of these YouTube streets, I'm happy I don't know, because there's a whole bunch of drama.
I only know people on the internet, so we are the opposites. I don't have a real life. So
you don't have a real life. So to the question at hand, Creative said that you told other people allegedly that she had a, what is it called, face?
A butterface. So let me tell you what happened, right? So we were on a panel and somebody mentioned her name, right? And because I'm a goofball, like I think we were talking about something and I call her Mommy Blanco because I said she looked like Papi Blanco, but she is Mommy Blanco. And once again, I think this is a fair assessment. Then afterwards, we were talking about something and Jamaica started to defend her, 187. And he said, she's in the military and all that. And he said, the woman in the military have a reputation, just like nurses, just like women that are flight attendants. There's a reality. Y'all know it. The same way with the personal trainer.
So he basically saying that any woman in the military is a hoe. And that Creative look like Papi Blanco. I would ask him to show you the last woman he fucked. But hey, I'm just here to listen to the content, okay?
And the bouncer and all their reputations. Creative, you know, woman on the military. Is that fair to say that women on the military have reputations, Creative?
No, they don't. It depends on the individual.
So what is a Jody? Like men on the military have reputations?
True. That's true. It depends on the person that you're dealing with. It's not dependent on if you're in the military, you automatically a hoe. What the fuck kind of shit is that? This is getting good. Let me walk around and smoke this blunt.
Reputations too.
You could say that.
I would never tell you to marry a man that is going to Iraq or Iran or whatever it was. Like that y'all going to get cheated on.
Fatty, I heard you have a reputation though.
I absolutely have a reputation too. But
what's
what
your
I was,
reputation, Mr. Fatty?
I say controversial things, and I'm fat. Yes. So I will say this, right? It was kind of uncalled for, but on the context of the comment, like we just talking shit about everybody, including me. Like everybody kind of talking crazy. Okay, so
I think that Portugal was just a joke making type nigga. I always say that, right? I told my wife that. I would tell Chanel and Creative that if I was over in a chat not here right now, I would say, bro, he probably just was joking. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of the kid shit, even with the kid shit, I'd be like, But with like if he called you ugly, he probably was joking unless he was trying to be like mean maliciously. Like with the Venus shit, when he says that Sydney Starr looked better than her, I did think that was a little bit too far because you know what I'm saying? That's a fucking man, bro. You feel me? It's a fucking man. Now, I got to go take a piss real quick, and I got to hear the rest of this. So I'd rather y'all listen to Anton and the lawyer while I go take this piss real quick. And then I'll come back to the fun shit. I'll be right back. Fuck this shit.
Case is going to be a 5-day trial, trial. You had better be spending 1 month per day getting ready for that trial. So that's probably the easiest way to describe it.
How long was this trial?
6 days.
Wow. Preparing all of this time for 6 days.
For 6 days.
And then you put your reputation on the line.
Yep.
I don't know how much that weighs into whether or not you actually, because how do you pick and choose which cases that you want to take and which cases that you don't want to take?
I think you probably saw my social media, so you know my question, my response. You know where I'm going with this.
Well, I'm also asking you for the audience, right?
Well, here's one of the things, and people hate hearing this. I don't judge, God judges. Right. And if I get into the point where I say you're a bad person, but you're not, you only murdered those 2 kids, but you only murdered one, so I'll take yours and not yours. Yeah. What we do is we meet with the client as we did in this situation. We evaluate the evidence. We look into it. And here's the biggest situation is, can I help you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I cannot help you, if I cannot add something to your legal team, there's no point of hiring. There's been people say, oh, you turn down cases. I turn down cases if I can't help somebody. Right. Like, if the evidence would have been the following: this boy stole a bottle of water and went running and Rick shot him in the back. That's a different case. Like the case that social media is saying that it was is like, how dare you represent somebody who shot him in the back? Well, that's not a defensible case. Yeah. And that's when I look at Rick, I'm like, I don't care how much money you have. I can't help you. There's a video. You shot this kid directly in the back over stealing a bottle of water. I can't help you. And if you remember, I think that was the first thing I said to the jury. If this case was about shooting a man in the back of a bottle of water, enjoy hell. Yeah, you did. So when we're picking and choosing our cases, the biggest part, like and I hate to talk about Karmelo's lawyers. I don't know what they did. We didn't watch it or anything of that nature, but I guarantee you his mom is sitting around like, we paid this motherfucker how much money and he's going to be up for 30. I guarantee you they want to put foot to ass. Yeah. It doesn't matter how good of a job he's done. They're pissed off. People are comparing that legal team to what you were able to accomplish. And a lot of people are calling you a young Johnny Cochran, right? That you were a superstar in the social media era. What do you think about the whole, because people are misunderstanding now that you're actually saying that the case that you had defended Rick Chow in was only 6 days. I see a lot of social media commentary, of course, Monday Morning Quarterbacks, in the Karmelo Anthony case, and they're saying, well, why wasn't it longer, and how come it didn't take him longer in order to determine that he was guilty, so on and so forth? Is it a major difference in the states, in the different states and where these cases are tried, or is it the prosecution? What factors go into that? Absolutely, completely different. So to to have any conversation that theirs was the same, they're different. You know, different cases, different situations, different jurisdiction, different jury. So I will not beat on the defense attorney because I do not know what he had to go through.
Are you just being nice? Or
yes. did it come across fake? I tried to
No, I get it. When you great at what you do, you know what it is.
Here's what makes me very good at what I do. And there are some really, 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 really good lawyers. If I'm being very raw and very honest, I want to be careful, but I said it on social media. There's two things that bothered me most about the criticism that I've got. Okay. One, and I don't want to make this complete race issue, but this part is I've gotten more commentary that they should have gone and hired another lawyer. They shouldn't have hired you. And I'm like, why? Well, they only brought you in because you're black. And I'm just like, why can't an African-American be the best lawyer? And there's so many people who have no problems with he should have hired blank. And then again, I'm going to say this on Karmelo's team. I'm not saying that lawyer is not a good lawyer. I'm not saying he's not a great lawyer. I think his accolades speak for himself. He does good work. We didn't get to see him in the courtroom, so we don't know. But I had not heard a single message about Karmelo's accused, an African-American male accused of killing a young.
Man, them niggas bored as fuck, bro. I was watching that shit on my phone. This shit goofy. This shit over with. Got about 20 more minutes left for that shit. He ain't saying a motherfucking thing. That nigga never can be invited to the barbecue. Nothing, bro. Nothing. I can't believe. I was watching that shit like, bro, what the fuck? Why am I even reviewing this shit? This nigga ain't said nothing about the case yet. And then I Googled it, right? I Googled it on, what's this shit called? On Gemini. He not on no gag order. He can talk about the case as long as it's public information. He can talk about the case. He didn't want to talk about this damn case. Let's take a break. Let's go see what's going on with Fatty and Creative.
It was not personal. You never did nothing bad to me, so I should kind of leave it alone. I was just trying to be funny. Okay.
Oh, do you think you apologize?
I already did. I said I apologize. It wasn't called for.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, do you?
But I might call her Mommy Blanco here and there.
Don't call me Mommy Blanco.
No, but it's a compliment because it's like
You're saying she looks like a man.
No, it's because of the glowing dark, like the dark skin.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful, Fatty. To say she looked like Poppy Blanco is disrespectful. And the worst thing is you probably would fuck her. So I'm not sure what the fuck to make of that. I don't know what to make of that. Let's go.
Even worse. What is wrong with you?
Strong black features, okay? It's nothing.
That's the point. He looks like he has strong African features, but you know what he doesn't have? A fat ass. So you're winning. Congratulations. You got it.
What?
Like, I don't know if this is a backhanded compliment.
No, it's not a backhanded compliment at all. It would be an insult if I say she built like Poppy Blanco. That will be very problematic.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you have children?
No.
Do you think if you had a child and a man on a panel said your child had been ran through because she was in the military and she looked like a man and she was very, very, dark, glow in the dark, you think you would appreciate that?
I would like the glow in the dark. I think there's actually a compliment. People that have great skin, like dark skin and great skin, glowing skin, I think actually is a compliment. The other ones, I wouldn't like it. But if they're grown-ups, it's kind of a fair assessment. If my son was in the military or my daughter, I would expect him to get 20 bodies there. Go crazy, baby. Come back with all the medals and all the honors. Hey, come back and I hope that...
bodies, Mr. Fatty? Do you have a lot of bodies?
Yeah, because I'm a hoe.
Oh. So you're handsome or you just...
I'm not... listen to this. I'm not facially challenged. But there's some rides on Disneyland that might not get in. They say, sorry, sir, you're too big.
Damn. I'm not facially challenged. I am not facially challenged. Oh. I got knocked off facially challenged. But instead, man, that nigga Fatty be bugging, bro. This nigga bugging, bro. You not attractive, bro. The hoes don't really find you attractive, gang. I'm sorry, but that's just the facts, bro. They damn near think that you a lame, bro. On God. Let me keep going. Let's see what happens here.
You say, sir, I'm not I'm not facially challenged, but some rides on Disneyland, they might say, sir, you're too big to be on this ride. You have to go to the water park. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you really are fat? Is that why your name is Fatty?
Yeah. 6'2", 300 pounds. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I watched the first season, but no.
Oh, you are a coward. Why are you a quitter?
I mean,
I told you how to quit.
I don't like
you.
A little bit creepy.
Hold on, pause that. See, Fatty, that's the first thing. I used to always tell you, bro, when you're talking to these ladies, your voice is, who told you to? Who told you to do this? Nobody told you to watch Game of Thrones. Bro, you gotta get some bass in your voice at some point, bro. Like, you real life gotta get some bass in your voice, bro. I don't know what it is. Because I watched like some interviews with just regular Portuguese men speaking, like black men, white men, all kind of shit. And they don't sound like you, bro. And that's why a part of me believe that you are secretly a woman who transformed into the person that calls herself Claudio.
Or anything like that. I don't like that.
What about creative? You creative? You didn't watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I love Game of Thrones.
So why are you not reprimanding her right now and saying, "Oh, you coward! Why you are a quitter?"
I got different tastes.
Let's be clear. Nobody can reprimand me. I'm a whole adult.
So Chanel,
he said recommend, not reprimand. He said recommend, not reprimand. And why would y'all be having a conversation about her reprimanding you while he's talking about recommending a show? Man, Chanel be bugging sometimes, bro. Let's go.
Other than Orange is the New Black, what do you watch? You can say Power. Don't say Power, the book of whatever.
I don't
what
watch
do you watch?
Orange is the New Black. I watch Grey's Anatomy.
That's even worse.
That's worse to watch people.
That's so much worse. Hey, you should have said what is the 30s is the new 30s, 40s is the new 30s? What is that thing? Sex and the City.
No.
That's terrible. You watch Grey Anatomy?
What's wrong with Sex and the City or Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy.
It like is super. So I'll give you that, right? Dr. House, I can take it.
I love Dr. House.
See, now we're talking back, right?
But he's also a sadistic, narcotics-driven, crazy person.
Yeah, but y'all love those guys.
Yes, that's all.
Yeah, you love the anti-hero that he's a junkie, but he's actually very smart.
No, I don't like that he's a junkie. I like that he's very smart and intelligent and witty as hell.
No, he's not. You know why he's not? Let me actually tell you why he's not. I'm going to tell you a secret. It's always lupus. Every episode, if you watch, it's always lupus. They will go around.
I'm confused. Why are we talking about lupus? Like, why are we talking about people who may or may not have lupus? I'm confused. And then when I listen to men talk to women, and this, you know what? Never mind, bro. Never mind. I'm just gonna listen in, bro. Hit the like button. Enjoy the video. Let's go.
And they will go about things. Oh my God, I think he's lupus. Congratulations. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. There's always somebody they know. They take the mask. Oh, lupus. Here we go. I could be a doctor on Dr. House. You could too. Like on season 2, when they get the new cast and shit, even creative, I think she could actually make it.
Okay.
But don't tell them you are in the military, creative.
The fuck does it? You know what?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you actually look like a sweet girl.
Military?
No, I'm a coward, and I'm in Portugal.
He said he a coward here in Portugal.
Yeah, Portuguese people like to fight people like 500 years ago. We're not known by fighting anymore. We just play soccer and shit.
Okay. So, do you know how to cook?
Absolutely not. I have enough money to order out every day.
You eat out every day?
Oh, hold on, wait. So you got
I order.
Yeah, he don't understand that. That's alarming for when a woman hear that you eat out every day. That means you're not cooking healthy. You're not trying to eat properly. You don't have no discipline. You have no structure in your life. But hey, I'm not even here to criticize, bro. I'm just watching the video.
They're out at least every day.
So I'm guessing you don't have a love. Like, do you have a wife or a girlfriend?
Damn.
To me, myself, and I.
Boys or girls?
For what I know, I like women. For my understanding.
What?
To me, myself, and I.
Boys or girls? Wife or a girlfriend?
To me, myself, and I.
Boys or girls?
For what I know, I like women. For my understanding.
That means you're gay. What is you talking about? Wow. You like boys, you like girls. What you like? From what I understand, I think I like the beaches. I think I want the beach. I think I like the beaches. So do you like men or do you like women? Based on what? Based on what you put your dick in. I think I might like the women. Child.
Might change one day. You never know. Oh. But for now, I like big booty Brazilians.
So you could be, what is it called? Like pansexual, where they like all kinds of.
Oh no, absolutely not. That's the biggest. You know what is that? That is actually people that want to look smarter than they actually are. Those pansexual people are always horny.
They're always horny?
No.
Yes, they just be lying to you. Oh, I'm pansexual. No, you're not. How many?
What is pansexual? Is that the same thing as sapiosexual? Like, what is that?
Pansexuals you met on your life that are men?
None.
Think about it. It's always woman.
I don't know any pansexuals, period. So,
but that's the point, right? The pansexual and the sapiosexual is always woman. I have attraction for your brain. Yes, let me put The Rock or Jason Momoa in front of you. Yeah, let me put Idris Elba in front of you, Chanel.
Yeah, that's what we like.
I'm a sapiosexual. I'm sexually attracted to intelligence and others. That's why I was attracted to my husband.
You never had a crush on a dumb nigga?
Never.
No.
Not even when you were like a teenager or something like that?
No, when they open your mouth, you run.
I'm too cerebral for that. No.
Why would women be attracted to men that they think are not mentally stimulating? Again, I think that some of y'all just don't fully understand women yet. Women are not attracted to a man that they can't have conversations with, bro. That shit over with. That shit is dead, bro. Women, like most women, even if they find you physically attractive, they still want to be able to talk to you, to carry a conversation with you. If you can't do that, then you probably not gonna get nowhere with them.
Damn, I'm the only like dumb person getting a woman. That's crazy.
Well, I think men a lot of times don't care about your brain because they care about your body.
As they should.
You said they should.
I think if you're going to spend time with someone, you should care about their brain.
Yeah, you should.
Why? So we can debate Plato.
Talk to an intelligent person. That's why. I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, but but that's the thing, right? For example, your best friends, your besties don't need to be intelligent. Just need to be
I would go up there and go hang out, but I know because I'm watching the show on a different like fucking computer. But I know if I go up there, he's going to try to be like, oh, well, if you want more viewers, you got to kick Daryl off the show. I don't got time for that kind of shit, bro. Let me catch up with the video. I don't want to hear the rest of the bullshit from the past. Let's press live.
We fight to get the bill. We fight. It's cool. Give me a jacket. No, you get a jacket. I'd rather deal with a person that ends the phone call with, let's both hang up. 1, 2, 3. You didn't hang up. I'd rather deal with that person than with the bougie woman or the bougie friend or the stuck-up man or the guy with the Ferrari that actually doesn't practice reciprocity. I used to do that shit on my 20s. Now that I'm a little bit older and wiser, reciprocity is the base of relationships. You are what you do, not what you think you are. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your degrees. Are you trying to outcompete me and show me love the same way I show you love? If your love is actions, we are good forever, no matter if you're rich, broke.
That nigga just said he would deal with a man with a Ferrari is diabolical.
Their relationship doesn't need to exist because
I don't think I'm somebody. I know I'm somebody.
You see? You see?
I know. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I know this to be true. Because like I said, my role is to go out and help people. I help people in crisis. So I'm going out to the world and helping people who are actively dying in their families and things like that. Even if no one was paying me to do it, right? I've been working with people who are the least of us my whole entire career, right? So this idea that because I have all of these accolades, because I want to walk around laced in Chanel, because I want to drive this type of vehicle, because I want to
Your name is Chanel.
Right?
I mean, I did see Chanel just grabbed that new Hyundai, so she's doing well, man. Shout out to Chanel. I'm proud of her. She's doing well.
Right? But because I want to do all of those things, you decided then I lack value in other areas. Oh, well,
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying she must not be this. She must not be that. I'm only speaking to if I'm going to have a personal long-term relationship with someone who's to me, then there are certain qualifications, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, I want to be around people that are funny and loving and all of those things. All of those things matter, but I don't want to be around people who can't think past go.
And it's totally fine. And
I can't be safe around you. I can't think to myself, oh, well, if I leave Mr. Fatty in the car, then he might not be paying attention, or or I can't leave my baby in the car with him because his ass might get out the car and leave the baby in there. I can't.
No, that's fine. No, that's fair. You don't want to do
people who are cerebral. That doesn't mean that you have to have all of the things that I have. You have value in a different way. But if you can't think past go, I don't want you in my circle. Not in my circle.
No, absolutely. But there's the thing. Just because you can have common sense. You can be extremely smart and have no common sense. Right? You can be extremely smart and not be aware. What I'm saying is this, I'm not telling you to hang around with people that might put you in danger because of their decision making. There's a very fair assessment, right? But I will take not any day of the week. Let's go for Saturday because it's my day off. If I'm working every week and I'm doing YouTube and we're getting money and views and all these things and all that, the last thing I need on Saturday is a stuck-up know-it-all to talk to me about how is the economy going. Elon Musk is the first trillionaire. What do you think about it? I'd rather deal with the person that makes me laugh, that let me be comfortable around them, that actually looks at me not because of what.
That's why these niggas single, bro. Those kind of women you can't build a life with, because those kind of women are what? They're only here to have fun with, bro. They're not really here for the long haul. That's why y'all not keeping these bitches, bro. But hey, press live.
What you're saying, I understand that.
Yes, and that person is more valuable than the smartest because I deal with smartesses all the time. Every day. Oh, what do you think about the
more valuable, but they add value in a certain area.
Sure, right? But everybody has opinions.
So for example, if I go to work, I need like-minded people at my job because we do a very serious job.
No, right? You don't.
Oh, I do a very serious job.
No, you don't need like-minded people. No. I'm not saying that you don't need like-minded people. You need because you need people that are competent. Me, creative, and you might be completely different people, But if I go to sleep right now at 8:30 a.m. and Creative is my editor and you are my secretary and we have nothing in common, and I wake up at midday and the things are on the desk, the guests are invited, everything is good to go, I rather deal with competent people that have nothing to do with me than with people that are like-minded and think like Fatty, but they can literally do nothing at all. Competence over everything.
That's not what I mean by like-minded. What I mean by like-minded is the competency, right? People that know that we're here for a certain specific, I'm saying at work, people that know that we're here for a specific reason and we have jobs to execute. That's what I mean by like-minded. So I'm going to execute my job. The doctor, the physician's going to execute their job. The chaplain's going to execute their job.
Nothing to do with you.
This is what I mean by that. I'm not talking about 3 people going to bed.
Let me ask you something. Chanel, let me ask you something. And Creative too, right? Because Creative you just see is squabbling, right?
Sorry, Creative.
Like, for example.
Talk to you. I apologize.
Hey, Creative, are you single?
Yes.
Are you married, Chanel?
Yes.
See, these 2 people that are on different paths of their life, and they seem to hang out pretty well. You have the slutty nurse, and you have the no, Chanel. Listen, hey, Chanel. You know what's funny?
Come in from.
No, Chanel. I know you have a doctor on the situation that you're on that is trying to get all the nurses. This is not female specific, right? But if that doctor is competent and every time he goes to that table, Chanel passes a good report and the nurse is ready to go and everybody knows their job and they might be in completely different phase of their life, as long as they're incompetent, I don't give a F if you are a slut. I don't give a F if you are a playboy. Do your job. And once we take these garments and all these things, we go about our business. I will talk with you during the work. I might learn some things during the work, but at the end of the day, are these people actually people that I would deal with after the job is done? And you know what happens a lot of time? I don't know if y'all notice. I miss more the janitor in my college, the lunch lady that was always nice to me and always saved me something. I miss those people more. Then I miss actually my peers and my teachers and the people that should be on my level and above. So if I can understand that a lot of times your level of intelligence doesn't mean that you are actually going to get along with people, I'd rather not have that. As long as you're not crazy and you're not clearly detrimental to whatever is going on.
It's so boring watching Fatty talk to women, bro. Man, this shit supposed to be smooth, bro.
You can be as dumb as a rock. I got you. We are going to be the pinky and the brain. I will carry you. Don't worry, Pinky. I got you.
People to be around you that are like you necessarily, or being funny, the life of the party type of people. As long as they're those people.
Man, y'all gotta take that comment off the motherfucking thing, gang. Yeah, I can't even play the video or that comment up there. You feel me? I rather like if I'm gonna play the shit, I gotta put a motherfucking I gotta do something. That's too much. Hell no. Hell no. Anyway, man, they still got that comment up there about digging Austin Metcalf out the grave, so I'm gonna have to just go full screen. Fuck it, bro.
As long as they're incompetent, I don't give a F if you are. I believe in extreme reciprocity. If I'm there for you, you need to be there for me. I usually am the firefighter of my team. Every time somebody has a problem, they come to me. So I wouldn't like to deal with another person like that. But if I don't have a problem a lot, and once upon a time I have one, and y'all have friends like that, they always come to y'all. Oh my God, to me, oh my God. And then when it's time for you to get something from them, they are nowhere to be found. I am the person that is going to remind you.
Just so you know, you're not special. Everybody wants.
Oh no, I'm not special at all. No, I'm not.
What I mean by that is everybody, every single human being on planet Earth wants people. If they're treating others well, they want to get that back. That doesn't make you special.
No. So I'm not special because there was 100 billion people on this planet. I'm not special at all. But what I'm saying is, right, I am a balanced person. Usually when people, if you actually look closer to your friends or to your family or all that, it's like the movie Sinners. There's givers and there's takers. There's the regular people and there's the vampires. And the vampires gravitate towards the regular people, and the regular people gravitate towards.
That nigga about to put me to sleep, bro. Let me go off camera, bro. Fuck it.
The vampires. I am a giver. I'm the one that listens to you. I'm the one that is always there with your problems and all that. I'm a difficult friend because I'm going to demand the shit back. Might not go there every day. I might not ask every day. But if I lend you $10, you better have one when I ask when I don't have nothing. I think that's very fair. And I don't think most people are like that. You can literally slot them into the people that take. And the first time you say no, the relationship is done. You know so many people like that. That's most people.
Any relationship with expectations, you're going to be disappointed.
Sure. And that's why I told I'm antisocial. Because I understand if my circle is bigger, I'm going to be disappointed more times.
That's not a justified reason, Fatty.
There's not a justified reason?
No, you need to go out there. Just have boundaries.
Sure. And then what happens when you start to say no to people because you have boundaries? Do they stay or do they go to a place where they get the yes?
That's how you know people's true colors. When you say no and they say, I don't want to talk to you no more, then you already know that person wasn't for you.
And this is why I'm a difficult friend to have, because I have those boundaries.
Friends to have, I think that you're expecting other people to be you.
I'm expecting reciprocity.
Hold on, Josh, just hear me out.
Sure.
You're expecting that if I do X, you should match that energy if I need X from you. That's what you're expecting. And that's what I'm saying. If you expect people to be the way you are and they're not, you're feeling like, well, I'm difficult because I keep getting people in my life that don't do for me what I've done to them. And so that's why you're saying I'm a difficult friend. No, you're not a difficult friend. If in fact you're actually a good friend and you're actually giving and altruistic and all of those things and loyal to people and you're respectful and you give people from your real heart, and then those people don't give it back to you, you're not the problem. They are.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not.
I'm going to say this, Fatty. If you do with somebody, just be upfront. Be like, I'm giving you this, or I'm saying yes, but I just want us to have a truce between one another. That if I'm doing for you, I would like for you to do.
But that's not how it goes. So creative. What y'all said.
You gotta say
no. What y'all said is real life, right? That's how it should be. What happens is this, right? Creative, allow me to the show. She didn't cuss me out, even though I made some jokes about her, and she treated me extremely well, right? And Creative, because she's a kind person, it seems like she's a kind person, she's going to do that at times. And the day that Creative does something that I don't like, instead of me having the notion of credit, because this person be nice to me for 10 times, she's going to do the what have you done for me lately? And now we are either frenemies, not talking. There's some like attrition going on because I forgot of the 9 times she treated me well. This is most relationships. Once you actually go to the person.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
That's the problem. I'm doing this because this is the way I am. I'm not doing this expecting something from you.
Absolutely, but there's the thing, right? We are not school shooters. You don't get inside of a school and you don't spray it. You look for people that are mean to you. You guard yourself from those people. People that are nice to you, you are kind of nice to them. Is the notion of reciprocity. The problem a lot of times with people that are actually kind is that they attract the vampires I'm talking about. And those vampires don't care about fairness. They don't care about what Chanel said, the explanation. They don't care about what you said with the upfront. Actually will feel resentful towards you because for whatever reason, they believe that if you don't say yes all the time, or you say no 2 times, now all of a sudden, either you don't like them, or you are jealous, or you're something against them.
Those
And you know what they do?
that you're describing are narcissists.
No, that's fair. But Chanel, you know what they do? They never go to you to fix it. They will pout. They will disappear. They will disappear silently, and then they will search for somebody that actually says yes all the time, because they don't deal with people that say them no. So
because they are narcissists. Narcissists, this is how they act. They want to control everything you do.
Yes.
As long as you're doing everything for them, they are 100%. And then they will then, even if you don't do it to their exact whatever it is that they want, they're going to criticize it and make you feel like they'll gaslight you, make you feel like
it's gaslighting. Absolutely.
Right?
But that's the thing.
This is the thing. You have to be able to recognize those narcissistic traits and move on and not be a victim of a narcissist. But
I agree.
That's what they will do.
No, I agree. But that's the thing. That narcissist is never the culprit. It never the self-reflection. It never says, you know what? What was the worst? What was the worst? I'm so mad at this person. What was the worst person? What was the worst thing this person did to me? They never do it. So me having a conversation with these people is irrelevant. I will have a small circle of people that I can trust but verify. I will give them 20% of my heart. I will be kind to them, and I expect them to be kind to me. And when I see, and when they show their face, I will believe them the first time.
You gotta stop the expectation. Are you the kind person? Wait, Fatty, are you the kind person?
I will say I'm way more of a giver than I'm a taker. Absolutely, I'll give you that. If I'm a kind person, I'm a little bit mean. I'm like a goofball. I like to make fun of things and all that. And I hurt people's feelings. I hurt people's feelings all the time when people kind of think that I'm like being a mean, but I'm a stern person. I'm a rigid person. When it's game time, we need to go ahead and you put a serious face on. So I won't call myself kind, but I will call myself, I'm more of a giver than a taker, absolutely. And that shit gets tiresome after 36 years on the planet.
But Fatty, you have to give because you want to give. You don't give because you're trying to get it back.
No, that's not what I said.
Wait. You allow the universe, God, whoever you believe in, to give that back to you.
I don't believe in karma.
You don't believe
There's a lot of great people that literally got the worst.
Then why you giving for then? Then why you giving?
Because you shouldn't. Things that I learned with my age, you don't throw pearls at swines. There's people that actually need it and deserve the coin that you have in your pocket, the attention, the YouTube promotion, the push. Some people are very kind to you. You have pearls in your pocket. You don't throw the pearls to people that don't deserve it just because it's you. You know what I actually call that? Creative?
No, you're right. You're right in that sense. You're right in that sense.
Is you being a dumbass because you're being nice to people that don't deserve it.
You're right in that sense. But I'm talking about you as a person. If you just want to give, you should just do it because you want to.
No, because that's how you get got. Did you saw the movie Sinners? Did you see the movie Sinners?
I saw some of it. But I understand what you're saying.
What happens when a vampire knocks at your door? You let him in or you close the door?
I'm keeping the door closed.
Did you saw Walking Dead?
Yes.
What happened when they were goody two shoes and he was trying to save the kids? Oh my God, they're starving! Open the door! What would happen to the good guys, to Rick and all those people that instead of doing the Negan approach, y'all are guilty until proven innocent, he always was nice to people and opened the door. What happened to them? They suffer. It's a weakness.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Fatty. Why are you conforming?
Damn, you calling me Mr. Fatty? Hey, call me Dr. Fatty, please. I'm like Dr. Brian.
No. Why are you changing?
Who's the baby?
Why are you changing who you are for others?
Because that's what smart people do. Smart people code switch. Smart people lower their guard, or the people they love, they open their guard, like they put their guard up for people that are dangerous. They should you should be water. If you are in Alaska, you need to freeze. If you are in Brazil, you need to become liquid. If you are in the Sahara Desert, you need to pour on that shit so it can rain. A person that is static on their form and they always water, they're going to actually pay, because once you figure me out, and I can't read and react, this is when I become food. I need to actually adjust to the people around me. Because if you have a man, let's imagine that you choose a man and he's very respectful and kind and honest, and you throw him to the wolves, that man is to turn to a warrior. Because if he doesn't turn to a warrior, he's putting you in danger. If he's kind and honest and reliable next to sharks, he's going to be beaten. And now you and your family and your kids are in danger because he didn't transform into the warrior that you should be. You should adapt to what you have.
So I understand what Fatty is saying.
I'm not ever going to change. I'm an individual, not a copy, right? So I'm not going to change fundamentally who I am so that I can fit in, so that someone else will like me, so I can be acceptable or accepted by other people. I'm just not doing it.
Sure, but your motives are wrong.
That's what you do when you want to be accepted by the world and you're hoping for some sort of validation from these people. I'm saying fundamentally who you are. I'm not saying that hold on one second. I'm not saying that how I respond to my husband, that the man at the job is going to get that same type of response. I'm not saying that. I'm saying fundamentally, right? So if someone is treating me poorly, I'm not going to change who Chanel is, which is a good, decent human being, and treat them poorly because of who they are. Sure. I'm going to stand 10 toes down in who Chanel is. I'm not going to be moved because you're evil. I'm going to still be kind. And we all fall. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, right? That at all times, Chanel is straight up and down. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I'm not going to change fundamentally who I am because this person is an asshole. I'm not going to then be an asshole. Because this person is a bitch, I'm not going to then be a bitch. Because this person is ignorant, I'm not going to then be I'm not doing that. So that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. You have to adapt. But I'm not talking about adaptation. I'm talking about who you actually are.
So you are.
Hold on, let me finish and then you can talk. If you're saying that you're a good person, you treat people with reciprocity, right? You do good by them, you treat them right, you're honest, on and on and on, whatever it is your code is. You're saying that that's who I am, but then I keep getting these people who are not dishonest, who are not showing reciprocity, who aren't kind, who, throw me to the wolves when I say no. So then I'm going to change and be like those people. That to me is not a good thing.
Sure, but we both.
How would you change who you are?
Yes. So the thing is what you described. We both got to the same conclusion, but our paths were different, right? You are talking about performative change. You are talking about a chameleon, right? That goes to a room, I'm green, and goes to a room, I'm yellow. I'm talking about how you move. For example, Creative seems like she's a kind person. If Creative is going on a gas station at 9 p.m., right? And I know there's men on that gas station that are trying to all at her, are trying to, hey, baby, hey, where's it? I need her to be a little meaner than she is, because if she's not, she's going to be in danger. You can't be smiling to them. You can't be giving cues that you're actually a nice person, because predators take advantage of you. Same thing with a boss that is, and there's the casting couch for promotions and all these things. You need to be guarded toward people that actually might put you in danger. So respectfully, if you are a gazelle, have fun when gazelles are around. When the lions come out, motherfucking run. I don't care if you have to change. I don't care if you think it's your integrity. You have to protect yourself, because this world is full of shit and shit.
I gotta say something to Fatty. So Fatty, if somebody show you that they're a shark and they moving like a shark, you have the choice to deal with that shark or not. At a certain point, you got to take responsibility.
Sure. When people show you they are, believe him the first time. Move accordingly. I'm not saying for you to Sparta kick him. I just say believe who they are, take a mental note, and move accordingly. If you think this person is going to Bill Cosby you, don't go out after dinner just because you are friendly, after work because you're friendly. Go home. That's all.
I think the way y'all framing this conversation is from a place of trauma, because I'm a salesman. Y'all basically just talking about bartering.
Who is y'all? When you say y'all,
I mean, every last one of y'all talking about transactional relationships.
No, we're not. That's not what we're talking about.
That's exactly what y'all talking about.
We're talking about meeting strangers and being the person who you are. Like, if you're a kind person or you're a mean person, just be who you are. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, but people is like business business is business. Like, you don't take business personal. So
You're not talking about
even though I'm
business or
even though
business personally. What are you talking about? Maybe you're having a
because
different conversation. I'm not talking about business.
no because
Personally and
in a relationship there's business as well. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all.
About
Because
what relationship are you talking about?
the relationship where you want it to last, and you want it to and you want to everybody to understand their positions, their roles in the relationship.
Educate me on relationship. Go ahead, educate me on relationship.